and burning and killing people. What motivated to kidnap these girls? But what can the government do, and what are they trying to do?
Well, I think the government in Nigeria is in a very tough situation with my work in Nigeria with the victim of Boko Haram. You know, the Nigerian military is made up with the different tribes and different religions, and it's very hard for them to fight the Boko Haram. I think that is one of the reasons the Nigerian army is unable to crack the Boko Haram. Because
they'd be fighting against each other.
Of course,
themselves.
Right. If you go to attack Boko Haram, then news will leak to them easily from inside the military. And that is one of the reasons that the government is not doing well. And part of it, there are wealthy people in Nigeria who are Muslim, who are supporting the Boko Haram in secret. They are not coming out to say, this is what we are doing. They are not happy with the Muslim with the Christian president in the country. So their job is to get rid of Goodluck Johnson and put the Muslim guy in. So
tacitly, they are supporting the Boko Haram, these wealthy people in Nigeria.
Correct, in a secret, but they are not coming out to say this frankly. And the Sudanese government is behind them, and they are not coming out to say that they are supporting this. Because to them, they believe that in 60s, the Nigerian was strongly ruled by the Muslim leaders. And they see now things are changing. All what they want to do is to have the power in Nigeria to contain the Christianity in Nigeria. That is the whole agenda.
They want to exterminate the Christians?
They want them to eliminate them. They want them to be minority. They want them not to have power in the country.
And to do that, so they're terrorizing.
They're terrorizing them.
What kind of things have you seen of the victims? Because you've been working on the ground with the victims of the Boko Haram. What kind of things have you been seeing, and what kind of things have you been hearing?
Well, for instance, the one group I'm working with in Madela, in Niger Delta, there were people in 2011 went to the church during the Christmas. And when the Christmas was parked, the car was detonated and it was exploded and killed about 43 people in the church. And about 200 members of the church were wounded. And these are the people I'm working with now. People who lost hands, who lost eyes. Some of them, still have mantle in their brain, and they are suffering of that. Some people lost their business, and they have to start doing that. What I'm seeing from the people now coming from the other side of Enugu, the Christians are running away from the north because they target their business, because Christians are very business-minded in Nigeria. And what Boko Haram is doing is going after their businesses and bomb them and destroy them. In the northern Nigeria, in one state, there were about 52 churches. Today, only 2 of them left, and 50 of them has been destroyed by Boko Haram. So all these people are coming back from the north, running to the south to save their life because they are afraid of the violence. And these are the people I'm working with to support them.
Are we going to see 2 states in Nigeria like we've seen in Sudan, in the years to come? Is that where we're headed?
Right, but we should prevent that. We should not let that happen to Nigeria, really. The world should stand up, because if we allow that to Boko Haram, it is going to be Islamic government in the middle of Africa. And we know that their aim is not only Nigeria, their eyes is on the other country. So if they manage to form their own country in Nigeria, for sure they will move to the next neighbor country and they will terrorize them. So I believe the way we dealt with Taliban should be the same way we should deal with the Boko Haram.
Wow. Franco Mayok, thank you very much for being here on a spirited debate. You were the project manager for Nigeria projects of the Christian Solidarity International. You're on the ground in Nigeria. Thank you very much for opening our eyes and to shedding some light on what's going on actually in Nigeria.
And our website is www.csi-usa.org.
Okay.
People can look into that and
absolutely, yes. www.csi, that's Christian Solidarity International -usa.org. Thank you so much for.
We, the IPOB Autopilot Global Family, authorized by our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Epa, kindly announce to everyone living in Biafra land to sit at home on the 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th of this month, March 2023, for the unconditional release of Walid Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and to stop any further validation of Nigeria fraudulent election except referendum across Biafra land. Be wise to adhere to this important information to save your life and the life of your family, so that Nigeria will not happen to you through their sponsored killing agents on these days of sit at home. Biafra Media Warriors bring you this message. We, the IPOB Autopilot Global Family, authorized by our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Ekpa, kindly announced to everyone living in Biafra land to sit at home on the 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th of this month, March 2023, for the unconditional release of Walid and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and to stop any further validation of Nigerian fraudulent election except referendum across Biafra land. Be wise to adhere to this important information to save your life and the life of your family, so that Nigeria will not happen to you through their sponsored killing agents on these days of sit at home. Biafra Media Warriors bring you this message. We, the IPOB Autopilot Global Family, authorized by our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Ekpa, kindly announced to everyone living in Biafra land to sit at home on the 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th of this month, March 2023, for the unconditional release of Walid and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and to stop any further validation of Nigerian fraudulent election except referendum across Biafra land. Be wise to adhere to this important information to save your life and the life of your family, so that Nigeria will not happen to you through their sponsored killing agents on these days of sit at home. Biafra Media Warriors bring you this message.
The federal government, led by the Minister of Interior Abdulrahman Dambazo, met with the Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria in Kebbi State, offering them the sum of 100 billion naira over 2 years to stop the kidnapping in the country. The meeting lasted over 4 hours on Friday as negotiations dragged on, with the association initially asking for 160 billion naira. The minister said that the strategy was part of the steps needed to tackle insecurity in the country as prescribed by the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. The herdsman crisis has risen since 2015 after Muhammadu Buhari became president. Their rampage has spread not only in the north but also throughout the southern zones of the country. The killings by the herdsmen has led them to be tagged the fourth most dangerous and deadly terrorist group in the world by the World Terror Index. The Acting Inspector General of Police, Muhammad Adamu, who was also at the meeting in Kebbi State, added that over 1,000 people have been killed and many more kidnapped in Kaduna. However, he said that this intervention was necessary to bring the criminals to book. The Kebbi State Governor Atiku Bagudu said hosting the meeting in his state shows the seriousness of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration in tackling the security challenges in the country. Responding, the president of the association, Alhaji Muhammad Kirua, said the meeting would serve as a foundation for peace between the Fulani headsmen and farmers and among Fulanis themselves. Roots TV, Nigeria.
You must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we are making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important.
The Nigeria Ministry of Foreign Affairs on Tuesday summoned the Finnish ambassador to Nigeria, Lena Filbaninian, over Simon Ekpa's latest remarks to obstruct the 2023 general election in southeast Nigeria. The ministry, who spoke through its representative, Zubairu Dada, called on the Finnish ambassador to stop Ekpa from inciting violence in Nigeria from Finland with regards to the upcoming general elections. In the statement, which read in part, Dada said, "We have had some time to ensure that we arrest the situation, but it appears the situation is getting out of hand, and we are saying enough is enough. We should let you know, in very strong terms, that it is high time you really back Nigeria with the quest that something is done immediately because it threatens the forthcoming elections." Zubairu Dada further stated that the threat that Simon Ekpa posed toward the upcoming election is very high due to the large number of supporters he commands in Nigeria. This, in essence, is why we thought it was important for us to have the discussion with you, so as to let you know our concerns and the displeasure of the government of Nigeria and the people of Nigeria on this very unhealthy development. While alluding to the fears and concern raised by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Nigeria against activities of Simon Ekpa, the Finnish ambassador to Nigeria said, "This is an issue we have been discussing. We share the concerns, we have discussed the matter, and as I mentioned, our law enforcement agencies are in touch and are cooperating. Also, is a double citizen as far as I know of Nigeria and Finland, and is therefore, as you rightly said, protected and safe and sound in his home in Finland. But we have to take his rights into consideration as well. So everything has to obviously be done according to Finnish legislation, which has very strong protections for freedom of speech.
Nigeria, on a daily basis, witness the impunity which is so-called Fulani herdsmen extremists who share an ethnic and religious identity with President Buhari and the Fulani elite, which now dominates all key institutions in Nigeria.
To open an investigation specifically into the wide-scale and systematic killing of the civilian population, and most notably targeting the indigenous people of Biafra.
Clear that now we've put the Biafran issue on the radar screen of the government, of the Biden administration, of Congress.
Ongoing and wide-scale systematic killing of the civilian population, and again specifically targeting the IPOB.
Of weapons being used against Biafrans, but affirmatively supporting an effort to have a independence referendum organized and conducted by the United Nations, as was done in South Sudan.
They formally open an investigation and look into what we are identifying as a genocide that's being committed by the Nigerian government and extremist Fulanis against the indigenous people of Biafra.
There's been nothing in experience since 1960 to suggest there simply is not a way, given the history of division between the Fulani and the Biafrans, to think that they can coexist under a single sovereign roof.
are saying we want to be free. It is not only Biafra that is going to be free this year. A lot of nations will break. Nigeria is going to break into pieces. And we, the Biafra people, are going to make it possible. I am telling you now, it is not a hidden thing. It is going to happen soon. Those of you who are planning to have election in 2023, which is next month, you are going to fail. We will disappoint you and you will disappoint yourself.
We, the IPOB Autopilot Global Family, authorized by our spokesperson Mazi Simon Ekpa, kindly announce to everyone living in Biafra land to sit at home on the 16th, 17th, 18th and 19th of this month, March 2023, for the unconditional release of Walid and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and to stop any further validation of Nigerian fraudulent election except referendum across Biafra land. Be wise to adhere to this important information to save your life and the life of your family, so that Nigeria will not happen to you through their sponsored killing agents on these days of sit at home. Biafra Media Warriors bring you this message.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are watching from. This is 11th day of March 2023, and we are here again to continue the awareness for Biafra liberation and exit from Nigeria this year, 2023. And we continue to push for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is being illegally detained against Universal Declaration of Human Rights, against the United Nations Committee on Arbitrary Detention, against Nigeria court, several court order. And that is the highest of human rights violation. I do not know why somebody will be targeting exactly when I start broadcast. They will start calling. So let us block them. You're welcome to this particular broadcast. Without wasting any time, we are going to start immediately to expose what I call the disinformation of the Nigerian media. This is one of the most important broadcasts, exposing disinformation of the Nigerian media. I want Biafrans to understand that our sit at home has become one of the most powerful tools that we are using, and we will continue to use, and we are going to use it to end Nigeria this year. Believe me, some of you don't understand, why we insist that we must demonstrate some radicalism in this our awareness, which is making tough decisions, taking very, very tough steps. When everybody is against it, we stood by that step and that decision we took. Because we know what the consequences, the implication of those decisions against the Nigerian state. We know what that decision can do in the international community, especially in this quest for Biafra liberation from Nigeria. So some of you don't know it. When we stand on our ground, that Biafra people are demonstrating in their own way to speak in a very powerful voice by sitting at home and ignoring every threat coming from the governors, ignoring every threat coming from Nigeria state, including how they kill us and all that. We never move an inch. So this evening, I've decided to come to expose to you why I'm fighting against our at home. Because they know what you don't know. The reason they are fighting our sit at home is not because of the people that are telling you that economy, you are destroying economy. No. Nobody destroys the economy like the government themselves. The economy of Nigeria, the economy of Ndi Igbo were not meant to be a progressive economy. Rather, they channel their policies on enslavement, how they can enslave you, so that when you have opportunity to make 1 naira, you value it, and then they can compel you to do anything. So it becomes very important and very imperative for you to know why you must support whatever civil disobedience we are embarking on, especially this one that is coming on the 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th of this month, to make sure we again speak in a very large and powerful voice. So let me tell you people, like I said,
We are fighting, against the Nigerian state for our freedom. We are now defending ourselves. We have been defending ourselves, for as long as more than 2 years. And in order for you to be recognized and make impact in international level, international community, you must show control of your territory. You must show that the people are with you. And that is what we are demonstrating using this particular sit at home. Now, they are also trying to bring propaganda, because we have to explain these things for Biafra people who are embarking on this sit at home to understand the kind of, what they are doing to themselves, especially how they are helping the actualization of our restoration of Biafra. Because of lack of information, some people will think that when we say sit at home, we are against the people we are fighting for. No. How can we go extra mile to buy guns, machine guns, to fight those who comes to kill you? And then we'll turn again and begin to do something that will not favor you. No, it doesn't make sense. But of course, to those who are very wicked, devilish, and corrupt Nigerians, who will stop at nothing to blackmail Biafra, it will make sense to them that, we give policies that will be against the people we are fighting to liberate. That was their word then, not now. Before the election, they have said a lot of things, they have said a lot of things. So now they are not saying it again. But before, they are telling you, the people you claim you are fighting for, you are making them to stay at home and lose their businesses and lose their families and lose their families, lose their means of livelihood, is a lie. Ask yourself, those people that their business has been destroyed in Lagos, were they sitting at home before their business were destroyed? And those who have always condemned our sit at home and all that, if they really love Ndi Igbo, what are they doing now for the people that their businesses are being burnt koro in their own eyes? What steps have they taken to demonstrate that they love Ndi Igbo? They don't love you. They never love you. And they will never love you. The only thing that we are trying to do is to discredit us, to show you that, sit at home is not beneficial, sit at home is not helping you, Mazinam Dikana has not been released, Biafra have not come. All those things are to demoralize you. But today, I have come to open your eyes. Why we are sitting at home, why we will continue to sit at home, why they are doing what they are doing, why the Nigeria media are propagating this particular blackmailing and lies. Why every media in Nigeria have fought against our sit at home. I want to tell you the secret today, because some of you don't know. The secret is that there is two ways people are with you. One is that we have declared a control of a certain territory using arms, by arms, which means if we declare Biafra and we fight and make sure that we chase all the governors away, take over the government houses for the best interest of Biafra, control it, that anybody that comes, we bring him down, especially from the army, police, everything from Nigeria. We take total control of territory. That is one of the ways to demonstrate the territorial control of Biafra. And if you are able to maintain it to a certain point, of course, the international community will begin to hear from you. When you want to talk, they will want to know, how you control your territory, whether there is a kind of control of the territory or not. Now, we have not got to that point. What we are doing now is the second option. The second option is to use civil disobedience to demonstrate our loyalty, how we enjoy the loyalty of the Biafra people above the government. We have demonstrated that the Biafra people are with us more than the government. We have demonstrated that no matter the threat that comes from the government, obey them. They obey the agitations, they obey the agitators, they obey
the frontliners in this struggle, which are demonstrating. And each day you sit at home from our order, it goes to the record that this day, from this social date to social date, Biafra people have been demonstrating and sit at home. So the Nigerian application of Biafra sitting at home. And what do? They come with lies. Even when Anambra State, Imo State is under lock and key, that the video is flying everywhere, you are going to see them telling you, oh, this is old video. This is new, old picture. This is, somebody will be on social media telling you, I am there now. There is nothing. I sit at home. Do you know why? Because they are trying everything to discredit it so that, you know, it will not demonstrate the total control. So, and anyhow they want to do this thing, they have. So today, I want you people to understand that it is very, very important what I'm explaining now. And if you have never supported our sit at home for whatever reason, and you really want out of Nigeria, you really want freedom, this is the time you will begin to think about what I'm saying. When they tell you it is about economy, it is not about economy. Our Igbo people really sit at home. The people that lose is the government. The government don't only lose the revenue, they also lose the territorial control of the territorial integrity of Biafra. They also, so they are not just losing money, they are also losing relevance. They are losing power and control of the people. I want you people to understand that you don't know the implication of this in international law, where we begin to shoot po at the end of the day, because it is as our backbone. I am making this exposition today because it is no longer, continue to, do our sit at home while we'll be discrediting it with blackmails and disinformation. The war we are fighting. One moment. Those of you watching from Twitter, we are sorry. You have to join us now on Enter Biafra. Enter Biafra is where everything is happening. It is our own platform and it is our own. And we are encouraging everybody to go and start watching from Enter Biafra, because at a time we may not have the opportunity to be broadcasting anywhere else. So the Enter Biafra now is where we are broadcasting. We are developing this particular platform, making it user-friendly, and it is getting better by the day. So those of you watching from Twitter, I urge you to go and join us on Enter Biafra channel 2. Click the link posted there and join us. We're going to cut you off and we'll continue from there. Thank you. All right, here we go. So like I was saying, I want to show you what Vanguard did today, because you don't know. They are, when they write it like this, it goes to the record. They say when the world powers, the United Nations, they want to research for those who cannot go to Biafra land to get information by themselves, like the Finnish people, like the Finnish Broadcasting Corporation, like the Finland government did. Those who will not go to Biafra land, they will rely on the fake news and disinformation from the Nigerian media. And then they will get information there. Oh, in these days, Vanguard reported that
sit at home failed and it did not happen, and so Biafra people did not obey it during the election. It's a lie. So I want you to watch. Polls. I want you all to read. When Simon Ekpa failed in Southeast. This is a complete misinformation, disinformation, and complete lies. Vanguard said, for the first time since the leadership of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, ordered the weekly Monday sit at home in the entire Southeast geopolitical zone, following the detention of its leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, residents of the zone recently and boldly said enough is enough by total ignoring the one ordered by the Finland-based Ebonyi State-born. I do not know, you know how they are addressing it. Finland-based Ebonyi State-born, in order to just tell you that they are dragging us into their nonsense state. Ebonyi State-born Simon Ekpa to stop them from participating in the February 25th presidential and national election. Now, when you read this, you will overlook it. You don't understand what they are trying to do. What they are trying to do is to come from the back door and, you know, steal the mandate and validate that they will not sit at home. But that is a lie. Everywhere in Biafra land was under lock and key. And all of you can attest to that. Now, when you see this news report, what you will do is, oh, Vanguard, you are a liar. Vanguard, you are like this, is a that. They don't care, okay? They don't care. What they do is to just write these lies and put it out there on social media, put it out there on Google, and then when people will be researching about the successful sit at home, they are going to come across Vanguard News reporting when Simon Ekpa failed. I want you people to understand. I'm not doing it now that it is going to change. Okay, I'm not showing this exposition today that you know, because we don't have a media that is with us that will write that Vanguard lied. Okay, we don't have it. But why I'm doing this video is that when the time comes, we are not going to let anybody rely on what Nigerian media are writing. We are going to, you know, vigorously and vehemently defend our successful sit at home that have demonstrated the total control of territory of Biafra by making sure that we expose and by orally to whomever that may be interested in such a report, we will bring evidence upon evidence, videos upon videos, pictures upon pictures, date by date for the past 2 years, how Biafrans have sit at home in civil disobedience for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and to demand Biafra freedom from Nigeria. So when you see such thing, don't think it is small thing. It is not small thing, because what they are trying to do is to tell you that, oh, Biafra validated election, just like what Obi want to do. Obi's job is to drag you into the election. But today, I am here to tell you that in the entire Biafra land during the election, all of you saw the videos everywhere, how everywhere was locked down. And I'm going to show at least something from Facebook on the 25th of February, where everywhere was locked down. Now, as this lockdown was going on, some people came out in their street. When we talk about polling unit, in their street, in their village, they came out, those who want to validate Nigeria, those who will definitely vote against Biafra. They came out, and they are just 4 million, you know, only 4 million people, where over 25 million people registered and were ready to vote. We told them, no, don't validate Nigeria. And over 20 million people sat back and said they will never be part of Nigeria again.
And then just 4 million went out. And not that 4 million, no. 4 million were written, concocted result by the Catholic Reverend Fathers in Enugu and some of them in Onitsha. People did not come out. The people that you saw on the street, were there up to 400,000 people? The answer is no. The result was written for Obi. In Enugu State alone, over 2 million people registered to vote in that election. How many people voted? Only 400,000, 480,000 people. From that 480,000 people, over 400,000 was written in favor of Obi. So how can Vanguard now come to write that sit at home failed? Is that true? I want people to understand that when they come to say disinformation, they are the one that is doing this disinformation. Now look at this one too. If you look at the picture here, you are going to see a research they made. They paid very huge money to do this research. You see Simon Ekpa in the center, and you see people scattered all over the world that are sharing information from Simon Ekpa on Twitter. They are so mad and so frightened the way we disseminate our information, the way we share, the way we take charge of the media, the way we control the media, that anything we push out there is going viral. So they were amazed. They has to go now into research to see how we are winning this war and how we are doing this magic. And this is what they come up with. If you look at the word, it said Jeffy utilization of the Twitter network that shared the tweet with Simon Ekpa as potent zero generated by whatever they use to generate the information of how our tweets are being shared, making it go very, very far and very, very wide, making it possible for entire Biafra land to stand still when we call on them. So they are making research on how we are succeeding in making this tremendous feat. So I'm here to tell you today that our work ahead in the media, we are going to step up the game in our media fight. They are now out because they know that with the outcome of the election, of the general election, they know that they know that we have zeroed our mind. They know that there is nothing in this life that will make us to change. Unlike before, when they will push our leader, all those betrayers around him, push him, he will cancel the election at the end, the boycott of the election, just at the end before the election. And then he is the one that they will heap all the blame on, while the people pushing him will be on the background, collecting money from politicians. This time around, we were not ready to speak to anybody, and we are not going to speak to anybody concerning our decisions. So we stand gidigbam on our ground, and for that reason, entire Nigeria did not come out to. It is not just about Biafra people. Nigeria people did not come out to vote because they know that we were speaking the truth. They know we command 70 million Biafrans. They know we enjoy the loyalty of over 70 million Biafrans, and they are frightened. They are scared. They are panicking. Each time we are making broadcasts like this, they are panicking. They closed our YouTube channel closed. They closed our Facebook. Not even closed. They deleted the Facebook. They deleted it. They deleted our Facebook. Deleted our YouTube. Deleted. Not just they deleted. You know, today we are building our own platform, and you must support this platform by coming to watch on this platform, making your calls from this platform, making sure that those who think that when they close our YouTube, we are going to disappear from media, those who think that when they close our Facebook, we are going to disappear from media, today they are surprised and they are in shock. And what they are doing now is to research. How do we do this magic? How do we do this magic? How is this magic happening? And they will never know it. We are 1 million steps ahead of them. Today, our platform is more powerful than YouTube. YouTube is a global thing. They have billions of people in YouTube. But at least the feature we have in our platform today, YouTube don't have it. Can you call on somebody with YouTube? Can you make a phone call on YouTube? No. Can you make a video call on YouTube? No. But every feature of YouTube is now coming to Enter Biafra. You can make a comment on Enter Biafra. You can make a comment on YouTube. You can edit your comment on Enter Biafra. I don't know whether you can edit comment on YouTube, but if you can, that's a good thing. You can make a super chat on YouTube. You can also make a super chat on Enter Biafra. But you can make a call from Enter Biafra, but you can't make a call on YouTube. You can make a video call on Enter Biafra. You can't make a video call on YouTube. So you can send a message to somebody on Enter Biafra. You cannot send a message to somebody on YouTube. So our future is more of modernized, innovative features, better than YouTube. We may not have billions of people in Enter Biafra now, but we are not in a hurry. It is going to be a platform where Biafra will be preached, and on this platform, Biafra will come this year. So the issue of trying to discredit and misinform the world about our sit at home is the reason why I am educating you this evening. Now, you know what they do? They will tell you, you are misinforming, you disinformation. You know when they want to say, they say disinformation. I want you to listen to this.
The Nigeria Ministry of Foreign Affairs on Tuesday summoned the Finnish ambassador to Nigeria, Lena Filbaninian, over Simon Ekpa's latest remarks to obstruct the 2023 general election in southeast Nigeria. The ministry, who spoke through its representative, Zubairu Dada, called on the Finnish ambassador to stop Ekpa from inciting violence in Nigeria from Finland with regards to the upcoming general elections. In the statement, which read in part, Dada said, "We have had some time to ensure that we arrest the situation, but it appears the situation is getting out of hand, and we are saying enough is enough. We should let you know, in very strong terms, that it is high time you really back Nigeria with the quest that something is done immediately because it threatens the forthcoming elections." Zubairu Dada further stated that the threat that Simon Ekpa posed toward the upcoming election is very high due to the large number of supporters he commands in Nigeria. This, in essence, is why we thought it was important for us to have the discussion with you so as to let you know our concerns and the displeasure of the governments of Nigeria and the people of Nigeria on this very unhealthy development. While alluding to the fears and concern raised by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Nigeria against activities of Simon Ekpa, the Finnish ambassador to Nigeria said, "This is an issue we have been discussing. We share the concerns, we have discussed the matter, and as I mentioned, our law enforcement agencies are in touch and are cooperating. Also, is a double citizen as far as I know of Nigeria and Finland, and is therefore, as you rightly said, protected and safe and sound in his home in Finland. But we have to take his rights into consideration as well. So everything has to obviously be done according to Finnish legislation, which has very strong protections for freedom of speech."
Now, if you listen to that, you will understand their worries. They command large followers. Now, this is not even it. I want you now, let us read. They said, IPOB, which initiated sit-at-home order in the region, had since asked residents of the area to ignore the order except on the days its leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has the court cases. Few weeks to the election, Ekpa was making daily broadcasts from his base in Europe and threatening that those who would step out of their houses to cast their vote would have themselves to blame, as their families might not see them again. Indeed, he ordered that sit-at-home should begin 1 week to the election, and had the people obeyed it, the economy of the region would have been crippled further. Have you people seen Koro Koro lie? Vanguard is writing that I ordered sit at home 1 week to the election. How can you openly lie like this? Is this true? Is this true? But you see, they wrote it. 1 week, that I ordered 1 week ahead of the election for people to sit at home. Is that true? That's a lie. Sit at home started 2 days to the election. 2 days to the election, from 23rd to 28th of February. Isn't it true? Where is the 1 week coming from? Here, Vanguard reported that Simon Ekpa ordered 1 week ahead of the election. And had it been that the sit at home happened, the economy would be crippled. The entire days of this sit at home, entire Biafra observed it. Everybody saw the videos. From 23rd to 28th, Biafra land were locked down. So now you see the evil in them. And let me tell you, I don't want anybody to worry about this report, because the good news is that we have tested them. We have tested this disinformation. Do you know where we tested it? We tested it during the issue of Finland and Nigeria. Yes, I am telling you. So my happiness is that the world has come to know that Nigerian media are liars and corrupt. So even when they were trying to get the right information of what was going on from Finland, they have come, at the end of the day, there were different reports from here and there. They were getting reports from Nigerian media. They were getting reports. They are trying to get the picture of what is really going on. At the end of the day, do you know what they said? Do you know the conclusion of some of the reports that Finland authority or Finland Broadcasting Corporation arrived at? That the information is unclear. That is word against word. That is our own word point of view, which is the real, and there are the word or point of view from the Nigerian media, and there is the one from the criminals in the DOS that we have expelled, that betrayed Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. So, but do you know what one thing they hold their hand in is that they went to Enugu State and they saw that people were sitting at home. Whether it is by force, so as some of the Efulefu claim, whether it is by choice, so it doesn't matter. The truth is that people were sitting at home. And we know that it is the choice of the Biafra people. So those lies have been trashed there. And when they are writing this thing, they think they have won. They think because they are in the media. They think because they have media. The world is not longer that. Were they aware when the Finland people came to Enugu? They were not aware, but I was aware. I was aware that they were coming. But this idiot, do they know? They don't know. At the end of the day, did they rely on their report? The answer is no. They come for fact finding. And when this Biafra issue will start happening, it is going to happen like that. Everybody that is interested to talk about Biafra will come to Alibo to have their fact finding. Whether Biafra people are actually sitting at home and whether they are ready to go. Whether they sit at home have lasted for 2 years is a history. So if you think that you are writing this thing and the people are going to rely on it, that is it is before, it is not now. People will come to Nigeria themselves and do fact finding. So, Vanguard, I am telling you now that you have failed. The reportage you reported about me since 2021 till today, where has it taken you to? Nowhere. No matter what you report, those who are interested in knowing why I'm doing what I'm doing, they will go to Nigeria to find out themselves. And today, when I was calling for no election in Biafra land, how is the outcome of the election? Are all of you not complaining and crying? But these people they will be the one to come and tell you that you are posting disinformation and misleading the public, fake news. Who are the ones sharing the fake news? Them. Did I call for sit at home 1 week before election? The answer is no. Sit at home was 2 days before election. Election started on the 25th, and I called for the sit at home from the 23rd to the 28th. So who is lying? Vanguard News.
We, the IPOB Autopilot Global Family, authorized by our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Epa, kindly announce to everyone living in Biafra land to sit at home on the 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th of this month, March 2023, for the unconditional release of Walid Amazi Nnamdi Kanu, and to stop any further validation of Nigerian fraudulent election except referendum across Biafra land. Be wise to adhere to this important information to save your life and the life of your family, so that Nigeria will not happen to you through their sponsored killing agents on these days of sit at home. Biafra Media Warriors bring you this message. We, the IPOB Autopilot Global Family, authorized by our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Epa, kindly announce to everyone living in Biafra land to sit at home on the 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th of this month, March 2023, for the unconditional release of Walid Amazi Nnamdi Kanu, and to stop any further validation of Nigerian fraudulent election except referendum across Biafra land. Be wise to adhere to this important information to save your life and the life of your family, so that Nigeria will not happen to you through their sponsored killing agents on these days of sit at home. Biafra Media Warriors bring you this message.
Now, let us continue. Again, in fact, when ECPA armed foot soldiers followed up the order with violent attack on police station and offices of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, in some of the states in the zone, it becomes a serious concern, such that there were fears that election might not take place in the zone. These attacks, which claim many lives, including some policemen as well as property worth millions of naira, were meant to put fear in the mind of the people. As the day of the election drew near, there was so much apprehension and uncertainty among the people. However, the various political parties and their candidates surprisingly ignored ECPA's threat and went ahead with their preparation for the election. Do you see the lies? So, it is Simon Ekpa government that is doing all the insecurity in the Southeast. I want you people to listen to this video. I want you to listen to this video. For the
leaders now to come forward and join this new crusade. Thank God they have realized that where they were going before, there was no door for it. I shouted before to say nothing can be done for us, and they saw now, they have seen the light. May you never take the anger of vengeance or the line of vengeance. Again, when we joined APC, we were major actors in APC. Today, the Igbo nation, the Southeast, is entitled to either the Senate President or the Speaker of the Federal House. But as I speak to you now, because of that unholy act of last Saturday, they have not been able to give us any ranking member of the National Assembly as a senator, or ranking member as member of the National for the Federal House. And you cannot be a Senate President, you cannot be a Speaker unless you have somebody who has been there before. I screamed and said, Ostis Nassau should go for Senate. Ngige should go for Senate. These two gentlemen, one of them is Senate President. But our people, in their myopic thinking, in the infinitesimality of their brain, could not see the light. And today, this act of Saturday have denied Ndimo, the Senate President. This act of last Saturday has denied Ndimo, the Speaker of the Federal House. I weep that this kind of thing can be allowed to happen here. This kind of thing cannot happen in Kano. It could not happen in Sokoto, where people will come with guns to shoot innocent citizens. They cannot do it there. But of course, here in Igbos, use their people to kill their people. Don't find the army faulty. Don't accuse the police. Don't accuse the SSS. Accuse our political leaders who are here, who has sponsored this unholy act. And we shall hold them responsible for every blood drop in the course of these elections.
Are you hearing that? Don't accuse the police. Don't accuse the SSS. Accuse the political leaders who have masterminded the killings of Ndi Igbo. I don't know
is Vanguard in Nigeria. Did Vanguard hear of Okorocha saying that they know those people that are killing our people? Apart from the one military and police they are doing. Did Vanguard not watch this video? Of course. Even if they watch it, it is not their problem. Their problem is those who want to leave Nigeria. So they are going to do anything possible to blackmail them. They are going to do anything possible to write. But I want to tell Vanguard this evening that if what happened between me, Finland, and Nigeria did not teach them a lesson, that there is nothing you can write that will be against the truth and you win. The truth is out there. At the end of the day, all those things you wrote from 2021 till 2022 December, it didn't hold water when my issue come up in international stage. Today, they went to Igbo land and they do fact finding and they have information, first-hand information themselves, including when an unknown person, a criminal called Emma Powerful, pick his phone, they gave him a number of the journalist in hotel. He called the journalist. Even with all the lies told to the journalist, still, it was still unclear to them. I'm in this country. I'm not a criminal. And nobody knows them. Nigeria is a criminal country. Everybody coming from Nigeria is a criminal. Journalists are criminals. Politicians are criminals. So doing is on social media, picture evidence, video evidence. They went to Nigeria and interview people. Not only that, to sit for themselves, that people are sitting at home. The next thing is that, oh, how can you be bold saying that people are scared when they're actually opting out of Nigeria? And you think they're going to believe your nonsense? That is how, when we are finally, declaring Biafra, which is happening this year. So by the time we're going to declare Biafra, this is exactly how we will defeat you. With all this your nonsense propaganda. With evidence. So when they will be making, we are going to be bringing evidence. So if you know, you are making money from the politicians, collecting brown envelope, you can enjoy it while it lasts. But when the reality will hit you, you will know that you have wasted your years. Just like I was telling obedient people that go ahead when we say, no, sit at home, everywhere is busy. Everywhere, go to your Twitter now, post video, which can sit at home. Everywhere is busy. I am just in this place now. I am buying something. All those lies, they later face reality. The reality is that I was telling them that, don't worry. Continue enjoying and celebrating. When we post the sit at home, they say no sit at home. Continue. At the end of the day, during the election day, what happened? The people come out. Biafra refused to come out. And the reality set in. They lost monumentally, woefully, the election. And today, and let me also tell you that the person that ruled for the case, of the Atiku and Obi has been transferred because of our verdict on that case. So you can see it here. Justice Inyang, who rendered verdict on application brought forth by LP and PDP just a few days ago, has been transferred to the Court of Appeal, Port Harcourt Division. This is an institutionalized colonization of Nigeria. You people don't know what is going on. They control the judiciary, they control the police, they control everything. So once there is any loophole, they change it. They have the power. That is what is going on. Some idiots are still waiting for a miracle to happen. Now, this is not even why I want to show you another one that will shock you. Watch. How the Nigerian media The video I'm about to show you now of Arise TV channel. Arise TV channel. Do you know what they did? Arise TV channel this is a interview that they granted that they refused to publish. They refused to air it because I said truth in those interviews. Do you know what they did? That is the highest level of impunity. Nigerian media, instead of, now watch.
The controversial factional leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Simon Ekpa, was on Thursday arrested at his Ekpa, who is a Finnish citizen of Nigerian origin, was arrested for allegedly using social media to incite violence. He is also alleged to have ordered a sit-at-home in the southeast to boycott the elections. Ekpa has denied any links to the killings and violence in the of Nigeria, insisting that the offenses were carried out by the Nigerian. Ekpa has since been released after being questioned. It is not clear if he has been charged with any offense. The story.
All right, so this is it's still a developing story in terms of, like you mentioned, he has been brought in for question. That's Simon Ekpa, going back to the last story of him being charged. However, let me touch on what he said, that it's the Nigerian government and he hasn't incited violence. Yes. He's been known as telling, whilst he's seated in Finland and in a government works and where he's enjoying the democracy that he tries to scuttle here in Nigeria, telling people to sit at home, addressing Biafrans in the southeast. This talks about or demonstrates the importance of what politicians say on their followers and not being able to remove themselves from the consequences and saying that I didn't, it wasn't. Days ago, we're talking about the video with former governor of Edo State, Adams Oshiomhole.
Yes.
And the fact that we talked about, especially at this time when the politics is quite heated, for be careful as to what they say as the consequence. What I do hope would happen is that as Nigerians are calling for his repatriation, he can be questioned back home, and if found guilty, can be charged. I think that would be a responsible thing in terms of Finland working with the act as a deterrent to individuals who are doing this abroad for Nigerians at home.
All right, Rufai, your take on this story.
Very painful message just this morning.
Okay.
As regards that PVC in the Navy. So, Simon Ekpa, it is sad that people just stay abroad and incite violence here. And it is sad that Mr. Simon Ekpa is talking that people should not vote in an election. But he is a local councillor in Finland, representing a certain political party. He is a local councillor. So you can see the hypocrisy of people for their own selfish gain. And that's why we must rise beyond this, give peace a chance, and he must face the full wrath of the law for all the things he said. Because you are inciting people, people are being killed because of you here. You are saying no to democracy, no to elections, but you are holding a political position in or something, which is really very sad. Moving further, somebody just sent me a message talking about the fact that INEC come to explain a lot of things, because he said his PVC was part of those found in the bush. He said that he had tried constantly, made frantic efforts to get his PVC. He didn't get his PVC. For the announcement to be made that PVC were found in the bush, and his PVC was part of those found in the bush. And that's why INEC has a lot of questions to answer. And he's really very irate. He said if for not for anything, while talking about this, that's why we should make our electoral process clean. But please, Simon Ekpa should stop all of this that they are doing out there. To incite people against each other. It just shows the hypocrisy. He is in Finland, a local councillor, was elected, but you can see what he's doing.
Absolutely. Dr. Bati.
Okay, what is important here? There's Sorry about the arrest of Simon Ekpa by the Finnish authorities. First came out more than a week ago, only for yesterday afternoon for us to be told that he had been arrested and was invited for questioning and later released. He's a leader of a faction. What we should note is as follows. One, IPOB has issued statements twice through Emma Powerful, his spokesperson, to say that IPOB is not asking people to sit at home. Emma Powerful, in a statement yesterday, said that those who are calling for sit at home in the Southeast, they are criminals and they should be so treated.
Right.
This idiot to describe how called Emma Powerful. You know, they are the one they are promoting now. They are promoting them because they're in the line. So ask the idiot called Ruben Abati to describe how look. Did he know who is Emma Powerful? You know, just let him just describe that, okay, he look fair, he look dark, or he don't know anybody called Emma Powerful. Coming from a faceless person. As a journalist. So when a spirit just come and talk, okay, go in. And then you report it. Spirit, you know, this person have given a statement. Who is? Have you ever seen organization or a freedom movement is giving a statement and you don't know him? As a journalist, you are reporting. You are not even, but they are reporting it because it is for the government. They are now backing the government and fighting against Biafra. Now, this is not even in this video. If you take a look at the video that we are playing, my own video that we're playing, they were telling the narrative of arrest this proof that what they were saying there is actually what happened. They cannot bring it. But they have made a conclusion. Oh, he was arrested. If you ask them now, where did your was taken because of this? They can't provide it. They're just there talking out of point. And instead of them to allow the video and answering question where I told them pump and play that the three presidential candidates are criminals, that Nigeria are the one responsible for the violence of a rotten system. The system is the one propelling the violence. They were playing the video and they are talking and analyzing the blue moon. That is the highest corruption. That is the highest misinformation. The highest disinformation. But they will turn around and call me I don't know where this controversial leader come from. Makes me a controversial leader. I don't know where they get all the the English language controversial. What is controversial about me? I am saying it the way it is. Is that why I'm controversial? Because I have been reading from the news, hearing from the Africa, hear them now. Controversial leader are addressing me as a faction. Yet, you are making reference to another person talking from another faction. If there is anything like that, we do not have faction in IPOB. But you are here addressing Simon Ekpa as a leader of a faction. Now bringing a statement made by, according to you, by another faction. Does it make sense? Another faction. Why do you think that another faction will start talking? Why are you something from another faction? But this is to show you that they know exactly what they're doing. They know that we don't have faction in IPOB. They know that autopilot is completely in charge of this movement from A to Z. But they have to look for a way somehow to do their mago and then link it that, okay, this one. Otherwise, does it make sense? Why would you be talking that another faction is giving order, and then you are now saying another faction have countered the other. Does it make sense? So if you agree that there is a faction, why would you think that another faction will give order and another faction will be canceling the truth and lies? The difference is between truth and lie. And for that reason, I will bring the following video. You know, our own is that we don't just talk. We talk and we'll give you reference. We talk and we'll bring proof.
Belonging to the indigenous people of Biafra in a land bequeathed to them by the Almighty Chukwu Abiyama to their forebears, that they may inhabit and worship him in truth and honesty. That is where we are going back to. Some of you may not understand where we're going. We don't expect you to. If you think that we are going to fight for our freedom the classical way that people always do it, you are mistaken. Our approach is different, because we are solving two time. We are eradicating the stupidity of a black man and at the same time trying to give you your freedom. Two things at the same time. That is why we approach things the way we do it. That is why we must continue doing this until Biafra comes and beyond. We are cleansing your brain. We are taking away the cobweb of destitution. We are removing all those roadblocks brought about by years education and misinformation. Do you know what it means to educate a man that went to university and came out with a paper certificate but the brain is empty? Do you know what it means? We are starting from the beginning. We are cleansing people's brain. We are making sure they reason properly towards hope, pointing them towards liberty, pointing them towards freedom. That is why we are here, and no other reason. There is no other reason. That is why we are here. And that is why Radio Biafra will continue. People may try to copy us. They may try to sound like us. They may even try to borrow our microphone. They may even beg us to come and join us, but we say no to them. Because one strike and you are out. There is no way you can come back in again. You can yap, you can tattoo outside all you like. It doesn't take anything away from us. It does not stop us from doing what we are here to do, the work that Chukwu Abiyama, the God Almighty, have asked us to come and do. And that is why every thank that we offer goes to Chukwu Abiyama. Right now, our people know who Chukwu Abiyama is. Everybody back in the villages, everywhere around the world, they now give praise to Chukwu Abiyama. That is how we should be. We are doing our work. We promise the Almighty God, Chukwu Abiyama, we will do this job you've asked us to do. You see this, your stubborn, very hopeless children, we will return them to you. We will cleanse their brain, those of them that is worth cleansing. Please, that is beyond the pale. If your father is a Hausa Fulani man, I can't help you. You are finished already. If your father is a Hausa Fulani cattle header, you are finished. Look for where your father is. You are not a Biafran. For those of you lucky enough to be born, destination is liberty. We are going to worship Chukwu Abiyama in our land. Satan will come. Don't think it's going to be easy. The devil will come. This same devil will use people within us to try to stop what we are doing, but they can never prevail. Darkness comes, but in the morning comes light. Darkness will always go away. And you know the funny thing about darkness, it doesn't grow any food. No food, no plant grows in the night. Every plant, every organism needs the sun to be able to survive and to be able to propagate. Now you understand it. Why we are the children of the light. We are from heaven direct. The gates of darkness cannot prevail over this very gospel that we. The work of the enemy, the aggregation of everybody who is against the restoration of this kingdom of heaven in truth, can never ever surmount our collective will and resolve to do what is right before God in heaven and man on this very earth. You need to understand that we are unstoppable. The more challenges I see, the more I relish and enjoy it. If there is no problem, sometimes I create one myself. I create one myself. I want to test myself to see how equipped and prepared I am. Where there is no problem, there is no progress. You need to have problem to be able to test your progress. Even where there is none, we instigate it.
You hear that?
Who is the person in front of us? Very soon, we will commence our march. And then you will know how serious we are. You will understand that we say something and we do it. Every promise you have ever made, we have fulfilled it. There are many more coming, which we have been advised not to tell you, and we cannot tell you. But our march is relentless. Some coordinators will no longer exist after a short while because of the role they played. They won't exist. The fewer we are, the better, the more secure our secret is. Yes. And there is no coming back. There is no coming back in. We need people who are hardcore. I mean hardcore. People who were born Biafrans. And can you see how interesting things have become? These days they're beginning to come out. I mean genuine hardcore. Those that will never go back regardless of what is in front of them. Those that will serve their country without any conditions. Today we have tried to demonstrate that we are campaigning for the release of Benjamin Onwuka and all those because we are preaching to people that understand what common sense and reason is. The white man came and bastardized you. Before that, the Arabs came. You were turned from the being was taken away from you. You're just human. You're not a human being. There is a difference from a human being and just being somebody who just exists. We are trying to repair something that's been damaged. The worst thing you can damage is a man's consciousness, their ability to reason properly. Try to put it together. Then you know. Sometimes we castigate you. Sometimes we are very hard. We do it so that you can reason properly. You can go back. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Oh, look at what they are saying about me. And are you a weasel? The white man calls you a nigger, yet you go to work and their kitchen for them, don't you? Don't you, I ask? Some idiot.
Apart from where he is as a local councillor. So you can see the hypocrisy of people for their own selfish gain. And that's why we must rise beyond this, the full wrath of the law for all the things he said. Because you are inciting people are being killed because of you here. You are saying no to democracy, no to elections. But you are holding a political position in Finland, an elected position as a local councillor, I think in the state, in the area called Latvia or something, which is really very sad. Moving further, somebody just sent me a message talking about the fact that of things, because he said his PVC was part of those found in the bush. And he said that he had tried constantly, made frantic efforts to get his PVC. He didn't get his PVC, only for the announcement to be made that PVC were found in the bush, and his PVC was part of those found in the bush. And that's why INEC has a lot of questions to answer. And he's really very irate.
And with this particular information he released now about somebody's PVC being found in the gutter or in the bush, he was not worried though. He is fine. Let everybody just go to the poll. Yet, the people that are supposed to go to the poll, their PVC is in the gutter. And you see the heap of the PVC. But this man is not worried. That is not hypocritical. The one Simon Ekpa is calling for the right opportunity to choose how they want to live is the one that is a hypocrite. But him who is telling you go to vote, why people's PVC are being packed in the gutter, he is showing it to is not a hypocrite. You see the evil. So somebody's PVC, like, do you know how many thousands of PVC that is, that was in that place that they are showing? He was not worried. He was just saying, oh, the guy said that to him. He just made the comment very, very vaguely, and that's it. He don't have problem. Those who have the PVC, they can now go and vote. That is not a hypocrite. What kind of people are? What kind of human beings are this? Is that, and they are journalists, they are wearing suits, coming every to talk trash? No, how do you reconcile this? And I see Nigerians praising this guy. Oh, Erufai asks a big question. Oh, Erufai asks a typical question. Everybody is praising him. But look at the impunity. You saw a heap of PVC. It didn't worry you. It didn't bother you. You did not do nothing. The only even know they are calling me a counselor. I thought Simon Ekpa is nobody and is just an ordinary miscreant, you know, as they are calling them before. Is it not this same group here, including the ape-face Abati grant, just a few years ago? How come it have changed to is elected the councillor, is a hypocrite, is holding political position? So IPOB can even hold a political position, but they called us miscreant. They were calling us miscreant, addressing us with all manner of derogatory names. Today, it is no longer miscreant, but he hold a political position. He want to stop election. He want to stop democracy. Now, is this a democracy where people's voters' card will be littered in the gutter? I want people to understand that the impunity of these people has no comparison.
They will have liked to sue INEC, but they will have just seen him as a busybody. And I just had to put that in place while talking about this. That's why we should make our electoral process clean. But please, Simon Ekpa should stop all of this that they are doing out there, you know, to incite people against this. It just shows the hypocrisy. He is in Finland. A local councillor was elected, has a what he's doing.
Absolutely. Dr. Bati.
Okay, what is important here? The story about the arrest of Simon Ekpa by the Finnish authorities first came out more than a week ago, and then it was denied. Only for yesterday afternoon for us to be told that he had been arrested and he was invited for questioning and later released. He's a leader of a faction of the indigenous peoples of Biafra, IPOB. And now, what we should note is as follows. One, IPOB has issued statements twice through Emma Powerful, his spokesperson, to say that IPOB is not asking people to sit at home. Emma Powerful, in a statement yesterday, said that those who are calling and they should be so treated. It's not only IPOB that has disassociated itself from the sit-at-home. MASOB, Movement for the Survival of Biafra, has also issued a statement. Alaigo Development Union has issued a statement. Ohaneze Ndigbo has issued a statement. Aka Ikenga has issued a statement. All these are, groups in the Southeast calling the people out to say, go and vote.
Yes.
What Simon Ekpa has done in the statement, in the video that was credited to him, is that he said from February 24, there should be no movement in the whole of the Southeast. And not just the whole Southeast. He drew a map from Agbo to Ugeli, to Uyo, to Eket, to Calabar, to Ahoda, to Bayelsa.
You people have
from the South. They will be amused. They'll say, oh, the Biafra that Simon Ekpa wants, he wants to include non-Igbo during the first declaration of Biafra. So what is important is that the international community has an obligation to help Nigeria to ensure that nobody causes any kind of tension or violence as we go into this election.
What is coming this year.
The Canadian authorities who tries anything would be denied access to their countries, will be denied visa. Now, does that include Nigerians in diaspora? Although he's a Finnish citizen, Nigeria allows dual nationality, but I think the Finnish authorities should also, under international protocols, not allow their territory to be used by anybody to compromise this very important process in Nigeria. Spoken of to say that Igbos are part of this. And that what Simon Ekpa is pursuing is different from this Nigerian project that all of us are committed to.
Of course, what I am pursuing is completely different from the Nigeria project. Is that not clear? What Simon Ekpa is pursuing is completely different from the Nigeria project. So I'm happy that is the fact. Every other organization, from the faceless human being criminal to the other people you mentioned, are all fighting for Nigeria project. I am not for Nigeria project. And I'm happy that you finally have identified that, at least, not like those who say of APC, is agent of Tinubu, is agent of Atiku, he collected 50 billion, he collected this. At least this one is, I accept. I am never in the same page with you. I am not for Nigeria project. I am for Biafra and for independence of Biafra people. So there is nothing, I don't have any business with Nigeria. But then this man here said, I ordered the sit at home from the 24th day of February. While Vanguard is saying that the sit at home was 1 week before the election. But two of them were journalism they are doing. The sit at home was on the 23rd to 28th of February. But look at the misinformation. So who amongst us is misinforming the public? Is it the Biafra people or is it the Nigeria journalists? Even here, with the fact and figures they are discussing about me, at least they should have fact, because everything is available in the internet. They should have fact that to at least mention the correct date that we have ordered sit at home. We ordered sit at home on the 23rd to 28th, not from the 24th. But look at him here, boldly announcing that we ordered sit at home on the 24th. I want you all to listen to him again.
To Uyo, to Eket, to Calabar, powerful, in a statement yesterday, said that those who are calling for sit at home in the Southeast, they are criminals and they should be so treated.
Right.
It's not only IPOB that has disassociated itself from the sit at home. MASOB, Movement for the Survival of Biafra Union, has issued a statement. Ohaneze Ndigbo has issued a statement. Ikenga has issued a statement. All these are, groups in the Southeast calling the people out to say, go and vote.
Yes.
What Simon Ekpa has done in the statement in the video is that he said from February 24.
Did you hear that? He said that the video credited to me, so which means he must have watched the video, right? He must have watched the video credited to me. And this man is saying the video which he probably have watched credited to me, that I said from 24th. Biafra people, is that true? That's a lie. That's exactly how they are misinforming the public. I never said started on the 23rd. And the advertisement and everything were all over social media. I don't know where they are getting 24th, but that is how to misinform the public. It is not like he did not know. He know because he said the video credited to me, which means he watched that video. He watched it very well. Well, look at him misinforming the public.
What Simon Ekpa has done in the statement, in the video that was credited to him, is that he said from February 24, there should be no movement in the whole of the Southeast. And not just the whole Southeast. He drew a map from Agbo to Ugeli, to Uyo, to Eket, to Calabar. I'm sure people from the South, they will be amused. They'll say, oh, the Biafra that Simon Ekpa wants, he wants to include non-Igbos in his own Biafra, which was a major problem during the Civil War, during the first declaration of Biafra.
Now he said that I want to include non-Igbos. This man is saying here that I draw a map, that the map I draw is not just about Southeast, that I have drawn map and I have entered South-South, that what I have done is to include non-Igbos. Ask this idiot. The people that made up, if we begin to talk about Igbo as Biafra, the people that made up the South-South, are they not Igbos? No, ask this idiot. I don't know what they are doing, but when the foolishness or the evil or the lies getting too much, you address them the way they are. Ask this idiot, if they are addressing Biafra as Igbo, are Igbos not in the South-South? Are Igbos not in the South-South? Worried that we draw the map. That map we draw, the main map is coming. And you all are going to cry us river very soon. Just watch and see what is going to happen. After this month, let us launch our liaison offices across the world. You think it is a agitation of coming to protest in the street? You people are going to see what we are going to bring upon you, you know, until our freedom. Here talking about drawing a map. You will be shocked. You have not started shocking.
Go and vote.
Yes.
What Simon Ekpa has done in the statement, in the video that was credited to him, is that he said from February 24, there should be no movement in the whole of the Southeast. And not just the whole Southeast. He drew a map from Agbo to Ugeli, to Uyo, to Eket, to Calabar, to Ahoda, to Bayelsa. I mean, I'm sure people from the South, they will be amused. They'll say, oh, which was a major problem during the Civil War, during the first declaration of Biafra. So what is important is that the international community has an obligation to help Nigeria to ensure that nobody causes any kind of tension or violence as we go into this election. The Canadian authorities, the British, the Americans, they've said anybody who tries anything would be denied access to their countries, will be denied visa. Now, does that, although he's a Finnish citizen, Nigeria allows dual nationality. But
now that the violence did not happen in the Southeast, okay? Ask this idiot that finally the violence they were expecting that it is going to start from the Southeast, from Simon Ekpa. Now that the violence started from their own state, from their own region, from Lagos, where Ndibo properties were being burnt, businesses destroyed. All the Canadian diplomat have called the international community to look into those sponsoring his land in Yoruba. You see, because they were expecting that the burning of or the violence they are preaching is going to start from us. It didn't start from us. Rather, we have become the victim of the violence. But he's not talking again. Had it been that this particular burning of market start from Biafra land, you will see all of them. Bring him, let us deal with him, cut his head, do this one. But it is now the other way around. It's Yoruba people with the hate, of course, not the Yoruba nation, but these people that Tinubu are sponsoring, and this Islamic state are sponsoring, which the people that he is aligning with. Today, he has lost his voice. He is no longer analyzing it. He's not longer saying how, you know, at least I have not watched them. But if it was supposed to, if it happened from Biafra land now, you will see all of them, all the hair in their body will stand up for Simon Ekpa. Yes, Simon Ekpa have done it again. But who is doing the one in Lagos? Why are you burning the properties of Ndibo? And they are not talking about it. Look into those sponsoring the burning and the attack against Ndibo. Lagos, you cannot do it because the people doing it, they are not doing it to divide Nigeria. If it is in the Southeast now, hey, you are going to see different reports. Simon Ekpa ordered it. Simon Ekpa do this. Why responsible for the insecurity in the Southeast? They are not seeing Okorocha. No, all of them paid deaf ear to Okorocha, who is a former governor of Imo State, saying, we know the people that are sponsoring insecurity. They are not interested in that. They are interested in Ekpa, Simon Ekpa from Finland.
We, the IPO Autopilot Global Family, authorized by our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Ekpa, kindly announce to everyone living in Biafra land to sit at home on the 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th of this month, March 2023, for the unconditional release of Walid and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and to stop any further validation of Nigerian fraudulent election except referendum across Biafra land. Be wise to adhere to this important information to save your life and the life of your family, so that Nigeria will not happen to you through their sponsored killing agents on these days of sit at home. Biafra Media Warriors bring you this message. We, the IPOB Autopilot Global Family, authorized by our spokesperson Mazi Simon Ekpa, kindly announce to everyone living in Biafra land to sit at home on the 16th and to stop any further validation of Nigerian fraudulent election except referendum across Biafra land. Be wise to adhere to this important information to save your life and the life of your family, so that Nigeria will not happen to you through their sponsored killing agents on these days of sit at home. Biafra Media Warriors bring you this message. We, the IPOB Autopilot Global Family, living in Biafra land to sit at home on the 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th of this month, March 2023, for the unconditional release of Walid Amazi Nnamdi Kanu, and to stop any further validation of Nigerian fraudulent election except referendum across Biafra land. Be wise to adhere to this important information to save your life and the life of your family, so that Nigeria will not happen to you through their sponsored killing agents on these days of sit at home. Biafra Media Warriors bring you this message. We, the IPOB Autopilot, kindly announce to everyone living in Biafra land to sit at home on the 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th of this month, March 2023, for the unconditional release of Walid Amazi Nnamdi Kanu, and to stop any further validation of Nigerian fraudulent election except referendum across Biafra land. Be wise to adhere to this important information to save your life and the life of your family, so that Nigeria will not happen to you through their sponsored killing agents on these days of sit at home. Biafra Media Warriors bring you this message. We, the IPOB Autopilot Global Family, authorized by our spokesperson Mazi Simon Ekpa, kindly announce to everyone living in Biafra land to sit at home on the 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th of this month, March 2023, for the unconditional release of Walid Amazi, further validation of Nigerian fraudulent election except referendum across Biafra land. Be wise to adhere to this important information to save your life.
Right. Let us watch some of the video from the sit at home on the 25th of February.
Sit at home, rob this place. That's the no be lie. This is people are sitting at home. People are not even going anywhere. This is Asaba. Whether an election or waiting, my point not be guys. It's a very busy place.
That is or was Asaba on the 25th of February 2023. And all of you know Asaba. Asaba is always a busy place, and all that Asaba observe places, But let us also bring other videos as well.
Everywhere close, no be lie. Everywhere they very close. By this time, this is around everywhere see they very close. This is popular place for us.
That was 12. What is it? Okay, what do we do? One moment. Let's see how we can media. Okay, a moment. All right.
Sit at home, rob this place. That's the no be lie. This is
Right.
Asaba Bozak. Whether an election or waiting, very busy place. Sit at home, rub this place, start steadily, no be lie. This is Asaba Bozak. People are sitting at home, people are not even going anywhere today. You know, whether the election or waiting, I don't know. My point of view, because it's a very busy place. Sit at home, rub this place, start steadily, no be lie. This is Asaba Bozak. People are sitting at home, people are not even going anywhere today. You know, whether the election or waiting, I don't know. My point of view, because it's a very busy place.
Okay, it's like we have an issue with the video or something is not showing. I've seen the sit at home, so if it is not coming up on this video, we apologize for that. We are going to open the telephone for calling and all that. So please, I don't know which did it show. Did it show? Did the video show finally? Because I didn't know whether it was showing. We are going to open our line. So if you want to call, remember that you can only call through the Enter Biafra. Calling is only through the Enter Biafra. I'm going to put on the calling system now. Let us hear your opinion on the video, on the broadcast of today. Very, very important. Call us and tell us what you think. Give us feedback. We have 15 minutes to receive call. We're going to end this call. We're going to end this broadcast in 2 hours. You're welcome to the calling and question and answer time of this program. It is going to run for the next 14 minutes. So welcome and call. You know how to call already. You're welcome. Hello. Welcome to the program. Are you there?
Good evening, Simon.
Good evening from here.
Go.
Yes.
Masubai can survive because that's a.
Go ahead.
Can survive because nobody come manon.
Okay.
Oh, okay. One I got look at in the abu.
You say.
No. Yeah. No, but I know not tell you I did it. In an even
go ahead.
I know not tell you it. You will learn as a million and walk.
You say,
no ye, okay, was a million no ye. But tell you, okay, one at the nabo, okay, one at the million nabo.
You say,
Iga don't do now, 1 million now, who need in Abata. And you may with the light.
Say,
October not somebody tell you, no, do I know. Okay, one at the million.
You say,
but open a money tell you, what anything in tongue while actually give Nanya Bunze. Nabunze, onion dunya naka, your pota.
You say,
Onye, he your pota.
You say,
what is better, Mary? Happy band zero now, Bambani. Oh, Akufete, or Megan, I will lean it.
Let to accord.
Iregamonte, or got low number.
You say,
onwere iwe na-eme onye isi ka ịbụ machawa oji onye nze ka ịbụ machawa oji onye ana ka ịbụ ejighị nọ n'elu na-echeghị na onwere iwe ga-emeghe ike ọ ga-adụrụ na mma.
Thank you. Thank you. Are they difficult? Are they difficult to make this call from our platform? WhatsApp. It's magic. It's if you. Magic. Magic in the Biafra. If we hum. Nanka abụrụ ọsọ just na-ekpọrọ na phone. Ị ga-afụkwu m. Ịchọ ka m fụ gị ịgbanyụ vidio nke gị ka ịfụ mụnwa.
Adọ m mfụ n'iru na nwanne mmadụ.
Okay, all the kind of thing I work on your side in now.
Oh,
mana. Anyway, just any day when you want to check, you convert to video, or all the possible here. So, all you check what you
want. I know everywhere. Open na Twitter, ya fukum ebe de Benjamin Amini.
Yes, I know my fear.
So. Ihu jimma na sisi evetela nomno so ani dokoro ma rapu aka mili onwere fega mkita ka mili ma n'elu wa kama mili ga ma mili mandilo ma mili ga ma awele ono ba we continue na ge wa na deli mili
ise
Monty ati nginya boti jeje kati wopti matanya anana eke.
It's all good.
Onye
ọbụla n'ọsọ.
Maka ebe bụ oji bụ ibe nnukwu anaghị amacha aga ga-amacha mgbe n'ọsa. Mgbe nnukwu anọọsa anaghị amacha oji oji. Ọ bụ na onwe nwaanyị nọ na nsọ ojeje nọla na ofumọfụ.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Our call Adonyego, calling system Adonyego. Ihe anyị nọ bụ anyị na-ebupụta ihe ọfụ, nke anyị mere na-eji ya na-eme ọzọ. You're welcome to the program. Ndewo.
Hello, is that Simon Ekpa?
This is Simon Ekpa, live and direct. Was it difficult for you to get through?
No, really.
Wow, you're welcome.
Yeah, I'm really thrilled. Hello?
Hello, you are really what?
I'm really impressed at your handwork. God is really using you immensely.
Thank you.
Right on you, and we are all. Our prayers are for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm watching you all the time.
Thank you. We are winning, and we will continue to win until Biafra comes.
Yeah, we are winning with your strength. The Lord has given you the mantle.
Amen.
And you have to go with it, and the wisdom and the understanding and the.
Amen.
Yeah,
Amen.
So.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, remain blessed.
Thank you very much. We continue. All right, and I know that a lot of people are here. They have joined through the video, the platform, or we are taking only calls. Hello. Oh, Simon, go walk away.
Simon, go akatakata musia. Simon, walk away. there by Governor Biafra. Let me come get you your voice in the background.
He reduces only and he reduces here from the speaker. Okay, he get the speaker. Yes.
You can reduce the name
I'm not completely now. But you're the speaker, na the screen.
Okay, how about you go to the speaker? Okay.
I don't know now. I can hear you.
I can hear you. Why them film now? Why them film?
Film.
This is Answer Biafra.
I want to know what they could say.
Pastor Bam 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 Answer Biafra. Simon, okay,
Simon, can go see the Biafra then I put on a video. The Pastor Baba from a video.
Live and direct.
This is we can arrange there.
I can cover on the mother all through channel 2. Channel 1 cannot try it.
Okay.
But not channel 2 can roll.
Oh, not channel 2, yes. Everything with channel 2. Channel 1 will be different.
Because I'm not channel 1 now. One gonna self and like not a physical on the team. Now to move young car. Channel 2.
Yes, all channel 2. From channel 2 carry with the program. Yes.
Everybody watching us from there is from channel 2.
Yes.
If you want to get our person.
Yes,
from
exactly.
channel 2.
Exactly. You want to pass the lot?
Thank you. Man, Simon, because send the other video. The other video that will fight. That's on this bam bam bam.
Okay. All right. And we move. Right, you're welcome. Line is still on. We have 4 minutes to go. You're welcome. You're welcome to the program. There we go.
You know, say, face are batty and all their nonsense, trying to avoid even mentioning the one avoiding mentioning Biafra, instead of mentioning the sovereign state of myself, he says surviving.
Yes.
They're trying to go around everything.
Exactly.
So, you hear me now?
I hear you.
Huh?
I can hear you.
Good?
I can
myself. Anyway, I'm confused about it, but they know what they are doing. Even the daughter of Abiola, the daughter of Abiola, playing all this nonsense game with them.
Yes.
But every move they make, it will make us, it will be on our side.
Exactly.
Any move with Biafra.
Yes.
Because they don't want to hear the name of Biafra. Scary name Biafra. I love this very name of Biafra. Oh yes, Biafra. Oh yes, Biafra. Chuboki can't be my bless. Jaga bless Biafra. Consento bless Biafra. 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 Yes, Biafra. Started in 1804.
The Rasta man. The Rasta man.
What is wrong with them? Yeah. I have to control the volume. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. I'm seeing you live. I'm seeing you live and direct.
You live and direct.
In our own platform.
In our own.
Yes.
Our own, not is more our own. Our own, really our own.
If on phone, convert it to video.
Okay now, because they say that because video start, now this is video. Now them people.
Exactly.
Yes, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you for calling. Thank you.
Forward ever, backward never.
Exactly.
Now we now.
Exactly. All right. Yes. That is our Rastafarian. Okay, we're going to take one last call. Just one last call. And then we call it a day. We have like 2 hours here. So one last call and we call it a day. Okay. Last caller from the video, Chris. Okay.
We move one.
No. Yes, so he can go to can the Nigerian media media misinformation?
So I'm an you know. So you know, but we're bigger than them. We're very strong, you know. But I can go far now. I can go far, you know. So
I'm not finding this count that time now.
We're going there. We're going there. We're here, man. Even I did a game. I'm going to go game. The main people have to say game. I have to go game. You know, that's okay. Okay, my brother. Yes. We're moving.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello from the phone.
Hello, Simon. Good evening.
How are you?
Hello, Simon.
I can hear you. How are you?
Fine, Simon. You are doing great. Fine. You are doing great, Simon.
Thank you.
I think if they ask what if they ask us now, what have you achieved? You say.
We lost you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you again. Hello, yes, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I say you are doing great. You are doing great, Simon.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. What we have achieved is our leader was kidnapped. We cannot tell them that we have achieved. Enter Biafra. We cannot call you. We can watch you without no interruption.
Yes.
So it's a great achievement.
Yes.
Because they keep on asking us, what have you you achieved.
Yes.
Now you have achieved it. This one is for everybody to see. It's there for everybody to see.
Yes.
And I pray that the app will come out so that if
no, the app is coming very soon.
Yeah, and for this Viola daughter, the one that's speaking on Arising TV, I felt very sorry for this lady because there was a day I was watching one of their programs, and this woman was this lady were among the people that were that went through a lot because of a terrorist attack in the north, and this lady cried on TV. And from that, I thought that she have repented. But look at the way from background she was, backing up what these useless people useless journalists are saying. She was backing it up. She was like, in fact, all these Nigerian journalists, I don't. Today,
Are you there?
Yeah. I am here,
okay.
Mr. Simon. I know you can hear me.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Now, what I was trying to say is that these people are confused. Today they are lamenting, tomorrow they are complaining, another day you will see them backing up this on in Nigeria, especially when it comes to Biafra. Whenever it's about Igbo, whenever it's about Biafra, you will see all of them, pouring out their venom. But I pray that all of them will live to see this day. That very day. And I thought after that crying, she will repay. But as you can see, they have not repented, especially when it comes to issue of Biafra.
Exactly.
They are trying to label it Igbo. When you hear Biafra, Biafra is a country that existed for three years. When that only in Igbo state, is it only Igbo people that are Biafra? And even if it's the only Igbo people, how about the other Igbos in where they call South? And when you look at want to include non-Igbos. In fact, Nnamdi Kanu said that, and when you look at the way they speak, you will find out that they are indeed devil. I don't want to take much of your time, Simon. The truth is that this innovation, if you have not done anything, as they have not seen it since Nnamdi Kanu, let them see this innovation, and I pray that they will be among the people that will use it. If the app comes out, they will download it. Show it to people, but I know they will secretly use it, and as they will be using it, I will be judging all of them. All those people that will be pointing, accusing things, saying that we are not doing anything. Somebody have sacrificed. You don't even need to panic about these people, because do you know that even as of people that are still talking bad about Nnamdi Kanu, somebody that has sacrificed everything, sacrificed his parents, sacrificed his about his life, somebody that is in prison because of you and I, but I can still meet some Igbo people today, some Biafrans, talking about Nnamdi Kanu, telling you that Nnamdi Kanu is idiot. Talk of you, my brother. So what you have to do, just focus on what you are doing. I pray that you do the good work you are doing for Biafra. Those that have the eye, as Nnamdi Kanu have said on what you have played today, most of them have been damaged because of what what Fulani have done to them. And with the time, we will wake up their brain again. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And God bless you. We are now ending the broadcast. And that's it.
Bless you. May God bless Mazinam Kano. May God bless Eastern Security Network. May God bless our Liberation Army. May God bless Umwada, their husband. May God bless our media warriors. May God bless our advisory committee. May God bless all our alliances, mandate group, and all of them. May God bless all of you who are struggle. May God bless our Reverend Fathers, our Chief, our Elders, and all those. May God bless the elders in Igbo land, those who are genuine. May God bless all of you. May God bless our Igwes. God bless our Reverend Fathers and Pastors and under Ezemos and all of you. God bless you. Good evening.